I've read a lot of product management books over the past 10 years. Some of them are great in theory, but when you try to apply them, they fall apart. There are a few that really stick, the ones that actually change how I think, how I work, and how I lead. I want to share with you the 5 books that genuinely made me a better product manager. These aren't your flavor of the month books. They've become the foundation of how world-class PMs operate today. Let's start with Inspired by Marty Cagan. If there was ever a Bible for product managers, this is it. Before I read Inspired, I thought being a PM meant writing specs, running sprints, and making sure features shipped on time. Marty completely flipped that idea on its head. A PM's real job is to discover valuable, usable, and feasible solutions, not just deliver what someone else asks for. One thing that hit me hard was his description of feature factories. These are teams that just ship features to meet the roadmap without any idea if they're solving a real problem. After reading it, I started reframing every initiative around outcomes. Instead of saying we need to build a dashboard, I would ask, what problem does this dashboard actually solve? How would we know if it worked? That simple mindset shift from output to outcome has made every project I've worked on more focused and easier to justify to stakeholders. Inspired gives you the mindset of what great product teams look like: small, empowered, and accountable for results. Next up is Escaping the Build Trap by Perri. If Inspired is the philosophy, Escaping the Build Trap is the therapy session you need. Melissa defines the build trap as this cycle where success is measured by how much we ship, not by the outcomes we create. And let's be honest, most teams still live there. We talk about outcomes, but everything still revolves around deadlines and feature lists. What I love about this book is how it connects strategy and execution. Melissa explains how to build a clear product strategy, one that links company goals to measurable customer outcomes, and how to say no to things that don't move those outcomes forward. One thing you must bookmark is to define success in behavioral terms. So instead of looking to increase dashboard usage, you focus on increasing customers exporting reports without contacting support. That's a real observable behavior. If that doesn't change, the feature failed, no matter how it shipped. Escaping the build trap helps you measure what matters, and it gives PMs a voice in shaping why we're building and not just what we're building. Third on the list is the Lean Product Playbook by Olsen. This is probably the most hands-on, step-by-step book of the 5. If Inspired gives you the why, this one gives you the how. Dan introduces the product market fit pyramid, which basically walks you through how to build the right product for the right customer. Who exactly is your target user? What problems do they have? What's your unique value proposition? What features deliver on what value? And how do you design the experience around it? Before reading the book, I used to jump straight into designing solutions. Afterward, I started mapping assumptions layer by layer. Now, every new idea starts with a hypothesis and not a feature request. For example, instead of saying, let's add AI insights, we say, we believe analysts will use AI insights weekly if it helps them spot poor performing workflows faster than their current process. That framing instantly changes how you test, measure, and validate your ideas. The Lean Product Playbook also covers MVPs in a super practical way, not just building something small, but how to identify the smallest test that gives you meaningful learning. Now let's talk about Hooked by Eyal. This one is all about behavioral design, understanding why users form habits around certain products and how to build that into your own. Nir breaks it down into the hook model. The trigger is the thing that cues the user to take action. The action is the simplest behavior in anticipation of a reward. The variable reward is that unpredictable satisfaction that keeps people coming back. The investment is where the user puts an effort that increases the chance they'll return. Once you see that loop, you start noticing it everywhere, in Duolingo streaks, Slack notifications, even the little red badges on your phone. Reading Hooked made me think differently about retention. It's not about bombarding users with notifications. It's about designing a system where using your product creates value they want to come back for. Hooked is a must-read if you want to understand how to design sticky, meaningful experiences. And last but not least, The Lean Startup by Ries. This book introduced me to one of the most powerful concepts in product management, the build, measure, learn loop. The idea is simple. Instead of spending months building something perfect, create the smallest version that lets you test your hypothesis. Then measure what happens, learn from it, and iterate. It sounds obvious now, but this book was monumental in making experimentation a movement. Key lesson I took from it is that your goal isn't to build faster, it's to learn faster. Because the faster you learn, the cheaper your mistakes are, and the sooner you find what actually works. Every PM needs to bake this into their process. Every new initiative starts with a learning goal. If the first experiment fails, it's not a failure, it's the price to pay. The Lean Startup helps you stop guessing and start learning systematically. If you read these 5 books and actually apply what's inside, you understand product management better than 99% of PMs out there. Start with Inspired and work your way down. By the time you finish the Lean Startup, you'll have a complete toolkit: mindset, process, and psychology. Thank you for watching till the end. If you found this helpful, hit the subscribe button for more videos on product management, AI, and building great products that people actually love. See you in the next one.